Audience with Raavan. As Hanuman passed through the streets, he was mocked and jeered, then brought before Raavan, his council and courtiers. He thought what an opportunity to speak to the king himself. Patiently he watched, observing Ram's grandeur and wealth. For Raavan he felt disappointment. He could have been such a king, from the gods attaining many blessings by enduring great suffering. If only he had put his powers to good use instead of selfish gain. Greed and arrogance led to his demise, the end of his infamous reign. "Who are you?" Hanuman was asked, "and what is your mission here?" Looking directly at Raavan, he spoke defiantly and clear. "I, Hanuman, have come to seek an audience with you, Asura King. I am general to King Sugriv. From Kishkinda a message I bring. Your friend King Vali is no more, as regent Sugriv now rules, and in respect of that friendship he extends his greetings to you. But know this, Prince Raam of Kosala is a dear friend to Sugriv, and he has vowed to restore Seeta, Ram's devoted queen. Vaanara is have hunted for the thief who stole Ram's wife, for the coward who could not face him and defeat him in a fair fight. It is here I have found Seeta, and I have conversed with her too. As King Sugriv's royal envoy, I give this message to you. You have acted disgracefully, King, taking another man's wife. Seeta will bring down death to Lanka. She signals the end of your life. Return her to Ram immediately and seek forgiveness at Ram's feet. Making an enemy of him will only bring the Asura's defeat. Against him your powers are nothing. They will prove to no avail. Do not lead the Asuras to their death. Return Seeta without fail." His speech was met with uproar. How dare this Vaanara speak so? Then all hushed and turned to Raavan, who sat unmoved on his throne. "General Hanuman, the vagrant Ram you hold so dear, his brother Lakshman and your army, for the Asuras hold no fear. You have wasted enough of our time. Guards, execute him now." "Stop, my lord," interrupted Vibhishan. "This is not allowed. Hanuman has come here as an envoy. His orders he obeyed. Punish him if you must, but a messenger cannot be slain." "Flog him then," roared Raavan. "Take him out of my sight. Parade him through the streets, but first set his tail alight." When Seeta heard of Hanuman's face, she did not delay. Kindling a fire to invoke Agni, she began to pray. "I beg you, God of fire, do not burn dear Hanuman. He has acted so courageously to reunite me with Ram." Hanuman's tail was wrapped in rags and cruelly set ablaze, but miraculously he remained unharmed, though it was in flames. As he was paraded through the streets, he suddenly broke free and set fire to every house as he bounded through the streets. In terror the Asuras fled as their homes burnt to the ground. Only the Ashokvana gardens was left safe and sound. With the city burnt to embers, Hanuman doused his tail in the sea. Satisfied his work was done, he would now take his leave. Seeta was so relieved when she saw him safe and sound. "Forgive me for ever doubting you. Your name will be renowned. You have restored my courage and faith. Now do the same for Ram. My blessings will always be with you, dear Putra Hanuman." "Dear Mata, I will fly like the wind and return again in no time. The worst of your trial is over. Stay strong in spirit and mind." Bowing again before Seeta, he jumped into the sky. Filled with the joy of success, over the sea he began to fly. Back to Ram. On the mainland, Hanuman's companions were waiting on the shore. They cheered as he approached. He responded with a roar. As Hanuman landed, they gathered round, calling out jubilantly. The radiance of Hanuman's smile confirmed his victory. Carefully they listened as he explained all he had done, his conversation with Seeta, his description of the kingdom, his meeting with King Raavan, the warning that he gave, how their punishment backfired, how he set the city ablaze. Said Angada, "Let us return to Lanka, there is no need to delay. We have courage and strength between us, let us retrieve Seeta today." "We should return to Ram and Sugriv," replied Jamavant. "It is for them to decide what next should be done." All agreed on this proposal. With Hanuman they took flight, landing within Sugriv's palace before the end of that night. In Kishkinda news travelled quickly. The last party had returned. Vanaras gathered together to hear what Angada had learned. "Held captive in the city of Lanka, I have seen your queen," triumphantly Hanuman announced to the princes and Sugriv. At once Ram's face lit up, hearing the words he had longed to hear. He had felt lost and helpless. Now everything again was clear. He could see a path to Seeta. With new energy he felt alive. Sugriva and Lakshman embraced him. Everyone cheered and smiled. I am indebted to you, dear friends. You have brought me back to life. Tell me all you have learnt. Did you manage to speak to my wife? Was she hurt? How did she look? Tell me, what did she say? Was she being mistreated? Was she suffering or in pain? Carefully, Hanuman recounted the adventure in detail, from meeting Swayamprabha to burning Lanka with his tail. He described how she lived under a tree surrounded by her guards, how she refused to be Ravan's queen despite his persistent demands. When I found her, he explained, she was in the depths of despair, unable to escape or reach you, left with no hope or care. When she saw your ring, the sparkle returned to her eyes. She wept tears of joy and sadness, even managed a small smile. To confirm she was no impostor, she told me of the crow, the one who could not escape from your pursuing arrow. She sent this clasp from her hair, one you would recognize. It was the one Ram had given, remembered from happier times. To you, Lakshman, Mata said, ask him to forgive me. She extends her gratitude to the Vaanaras and my lord Sugriva. Sita Mata cannot wait much longer. She has only 2 months left to agree to become Ravan's queen or be sentenced to death. I gave her every encouragement, told her we were on our way, that she would soon be free. It was only a matter of days. Ram embraced Hanuman. Thank you, dear friend, for restoring hope to Sita and bringing me to life again. To Lanka we march, ordered Sugriva. Everyone make haste. Within hours the army had left, marching at a terrific pace. The hordes of animals and Vaanaras headed towards the sea. Crossing rifts and desert like a giant snake they weaved. Sampati greeted them at the coast where they camped along the bay. Ram prepared a Shivalingam. To Shiv and Parvati he would pray. Gazing out over the ocean, he realized the enormity of his task, to cross the endless waters and face the Asura King at last. Ram, do not be afraid, came a voice. We are all with you. Our faith and courage is limitless. There is nothing we cannot do. Ram turned to see who had inspired him with these encouraging words. There stood Lakshman and Sugriva, Hanuman and Jamavant. Your support and caring words were just what I needed to hear. Accompanied by such dear friends, I know I have nothing to fear.